The forest, now shrouded in an eerie, perpetual twilight, had become a place of whispered dread and ominous warnings. Despite the horror that had unfolded, the lure of the forest's dark mystery drew a final unwitting group of thrill-seekers. This time, however, they were not merely seeking adventure. They were seeking answers, determined to unravel the enigma of the shadow. Armed with advanced equipment and a resolve hardened by the tales of the previous explorers, this group was led by Dr. Evelyn Carter, a renowned paranormal investigator. Her team, equipped with high-tech sensors and night vision cameras, ventured into the forest with a mixture of scientific curiosity and trepidation. As night fell, a dense fog rolled in, cloaking the forest in a suffocating shroud. The team's equipment started to malfunction, their devices flickering and emitting static. The atmosphere grew heavy, as if the forest itself was resisting their intrusion. They pressed on, guided by the belief that the truth lay deep within the heart of the forest. The team arrived at the now infamous cabin, its exterior even more sinister under the moonlight. Dr. Carter led her team inside, where they found a disturbing new development: walls covered with bizarre symbols and cryptic messages written in what appeared to be blood. The symbols seemed to pulse with a dark energy, casting an ominous glow. Descending into the tunnel, the air grew colder, and the very walls seemed to close in around them. The tunnel's passages twisted and turned, leading them deeper into the earth. Every noise, every shadow seemed to taunt them, heightening their sense of dread. At the deepest part of the tunnel, they found a chamber unlike any they had encountered, a vast underground cavern illuminated by a grotesque, unnatural light. At the center stood an altar made of human bones, and surrounding it were the skeletal remains of previous victims, their faces twisted in eternal screams. The air grew thick with a palpable malevolence as the shadow emerged from the darkness. Cloaked in a tattered ethereal shroud, the shadow was an almost indescribable figure, its form shifting and writhing, eyes glowing with a predatory hunger. Dr. Carter and her team attempted to communicate with the shadow, using their equipment to capture evidence. But the entity seemed beyond the reach of their technology, its presence a dark, sentient force that defied explanation. As they recorded and analyzed, the shadow's rage grew, and the cavern began to tremble. One by one, the team members fell prey to the shadow's wrath. They were pulled into the darkness by invisible forces, their screams echoing through the cavern. The shadow's power seemed to envelop the entire chamber, consuming all light and hope. Dr. Carter, realizing the futility of their efforts, made a desperate bid for escape. She fled through the twisting tunnels, pursued relentlessly by the shadow. The tunnels, now alive with malevolent energy, seemed to twist and shift, trapping her in a nightmarish maze. In a final harrowing confrontation, Dr. Carter reached the surface, only to find the forest itself transformed into a labyrinth of horrors. The shadow had extended its influence beyond the tunnels, warping reality itself. The forest was now an endless expanse of darkness, with no clear path to safety. As dawn approached, the forest seemed to reclaim its normalcy, but the damage was done.